You may have heard of tarot cards before, but did you know that they can be used for more than just divination and personal reflection? Just like everyone has their own zodiac sign, everyone also has their very own pair of tarot birth cards that can tell you certain things about your personality and life path. Hey Lunatics, it's Lady Luna, and today I'm going to show you how you can find your tarot birth cards and explain exactly what that means for your personality. I don't hear a lot of people talking about this subject, and I'm super excited to show it to you. If you're new to my channel, I'm Lady Luna, and I love making videos on all sorts of mystical and metaphysical topics. So if you love those topics, be sure and subscribe and hit the bell to see future videos just like this. So firstly, I'm getting this information from a website called tarotschool.com. So the credit of a lot of this information goes to them. This video is not sponsored by them, but I do think their site is worth looking at just the same. So let's look at how they explain tarot birth card meanings and how to calculate them. This system, by the way, is using the classic Rider-Waite version of the tarot deck. So what are birth cards? According to tarotschool.com, birth card pairs are fields of energy that define a human life. When you know a person's birth date, you know their birth cards, and when you know their birth cards, you know the things about them that will never change from birth to death, no matter what happens in their lives. There are only 12 birth card pairs to share among us all. So there will be billions of individuals, each with a unique personality, who share the same birth cards. You need to be aware that birth cards do not by themselves describe an entire human psyche, but they are the beginning, the foundation of a comprehensive understanding of identity. They are like 12 great rivers, each creating a defining environment for the particular beings who spend their whole lives in them. Here is a list of all the possible tarot pairs you could get when calculating your own birth cards. Now you'll notice that these are all from the major arcana of the tarot deck, not from the minor arcana or court cards. Also, they do not include the Fool card, so don't worry, no one will be given the Fool card as one of their birth cards. My birth cards, for example, are the Star and Strength. In a moment, we'll take a look at each outcome of birth cards, and I'll explain what they mean for you. Now, I'll show you the basic formula to calculate your birth cards. Keep in mind, if you don't like all this math, tarotschool.com also has an instant calculator that will show you your birth cards instantly. But I just like knowing how to do the calculation myself in case I can't look it up for whatever reason. I would encourage you to go ahead and calculate your own birth cards and then come back to this video to see what they mean. So here's how you would do that. Here's the basic formula. You can determine your birth cards by doing a numerological reduction of your birth date in the following manner. Double-digit month plus double-digit day plus 19 plus the last 2 digits of the year you were born. For people born from January 1st, 2000 to December 31st, 2099, the constant will be 20 instead of 19. For example, let's say that your birthday is February 21st, 1950. Add the numbers like this. 02 plus 21 plus 19 plus 50 equals 92. Then add 9 plus 2, which equals 11. Key 11 is Justice, the first birth card for this date. 11 reduces to 2, the High Priestess, which is the second birth card. For 3-digit sums, here's how to handle a birth date that adds up to 3 digits. The first 2 digits of the 3 are considered as one number, which is added to the 3rd digit. Let's look at August 20th, 1969, for example. The formula would be 08 plus 20 plus 19 plus 69 equals 116. Then add 11 plus 6, which equals 17. Key 17 is the Star, the first birth card for this date. 17 reduces to 8, Strength, which is the second birth card. If the 3 numbers are 103, for example, add 10 plus 3, which equals 13, Death, or 4, the Emperor. For single-digit sums, almost everyone should have 2 birth cards. One of the cards will have a single digit and the other a double digit. If your birth date sum reduces to a single digit, like 90 equals 9 plus 0, which equals 9, its pair is implied, in this case 18, the Moon, which is 1 plus 8 equals 9, the Hermit. Now there is an exception to the rule. The one exception is if your birth date sum equals 19. In that case, you will have 3 birth cards. The Sun, 19, the Wheel of Fortune, 10, and the Magician, 1. Okay, so if you've calculated your pair of birth cards, let's see what they mean for you. For full and more detailed descriptions, you can definitely look at the Tarot School website descriptions. There's a lot more detail in there. However, I'm going to be using my tarot code system of breaking down the symbolism in the cards in order to find out the meaning. I did this in my recent video called I Cracked the Tarot Code, where I show you how to read the entire tarot deck quickly and easily with my system. So if you haven't seen that video, I highly suggest it. Okay, here's how to understand your birth cards. First up, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician. The Magician is of the planet Mercury and represents wisdom. The Wheel of Fortune is the planet Jupiter and represents prosperity and abundance. We see that these cards indicate that perhaps you have the type of wisdom needed to help you reach your goals of prosperity in life, whether that is financial prosperity or whatever prosperity means to you. It doesn't have to involve money, of course. One thing to keep in mind is your need to remain grounded in your ideas and remain humble along your way. Next, there's Justice and the High Priestess. Justice is of the Libra zodiac sign and represents balance and discernment. The High Priestess is of the Moon and represents intuition. So with these cards, we can see that you have a powerful potential in your intuition that can help you in areas of life that require balance and making decisions. One thing to watch out for is overanalyzing things, as you tend to think too hard over a decision or stress out over all of your options. This is why learning to prioritize your most important decisions is key, rather than seeing every single decision as life-altering. Next, we have the Hanged Man and the Empress. The Hanged Man is of Neptune, which represents a new perspective and breaking illusion. The Empress is of Venus and represents love and family. So your cards indicate that you have a unique perspective in life and that you have the ability to see through illusions. This helps you in areas of life such as romance, as it allows you to better discern the kind of person who you'd be happiest with in a relationship. And it also helps your family life, as you're able to see things from other people's point of view and not just your own. This gives you empathy. This can sometimes put you in danger, too, of being too trusting or allowing people to use you. Remember to trust your instincts and say no when you need to. Next, we have Death and the Emperor. Death is of the Scorpio zodiac sign and represents challenge and rebirth. The Emperor is of the Aries zodiac sign and represents power and structure. So these cards show that you're someone who likes a challenge and works hard to improve yourself with your goals in life. Because of this, you're more likely to work well in a leadership position or a position of power, and you prefer to work in a structured way rather than to be disorganized. You're definitely a planner and a go-getter. One thing to remember would be to learn to accept the things you cannot change in your life and learn to live in harmony with them. Next, we have Temperance and the Hierophant. Temperance is of the Sagittarius zodiac sign, which represents steadiness and moderation. The Hierophant is of the Taurus zodiac sign and represents security and tradition. These cards indicate that you are someone who is often not very good with change. Instead, you like a steady and reliable schedule and way of life. You have a good sense of self-control, and you cherish the people and traditions in your life that give you a sense of security and a feeling of home. You're very trustworthy and reliable because of these traits. Next is the Devil and the Lovers. These cards actually are mirror images of one another and also complete opposites. Now, don't be afraid of the Devil card, as some people tend to shy away from it. The Devil card is of the Capricorn zodiac sign and represents indulgence and avarice. The Lover's card is of the Gemini zodiac sign and represents connection and commitment. So we can see with these that you are someone who loves the finer things in life, and sometimes you may have trouble controlling yourself with things that bring you pleasure. But at the same time, you romanticize the idea of a calmer, more steady life, and you strive for it. You are a great conversationalist and are good at finding harmony with others and in looking on the bright side of things in life. Next, the Tower and the Chariot. The Tower is of the planet Mars and represents destruction and vigilance. The Chariot is of the Cancer zodiac sign and represents dreams and goals. These cards indicate that you have a powerful drive when it comes to your goals and the things you want to achieve. You are someone who has a hard time sitting still and doing nothing when you could be working on something more meaningful. These are great skills that can lead to great success in your life. Just be sure not to go too hard or burn yourself out, and also make sure to take things slow sometimes and cherish the moments with those you love. Next is the Star and Strength, which are actually my birth cards. The star is of the Aquarius zodiac sign and represents inspiration and opportunities. The Strength card is of the Leo zodiac sign and represents confidence and resilience. These cards show that you're likely a big dreamer who is also quite optimistic. You're full of ideas of how to make the world a better place or how to achieve a big goal, and you bounce back from your low times very well. It's important to remember to be diligent in your goals and to be a go-getter and not just be an idea person. If you can do that, you have a great likelihood of making those dreams a reality. Next, the Moon and the Hermit. The Moon card is of the Pisces zodiac sign and represents vulnerability and mystery. The Hermit is of the Virgo zodiac sign and represents adjustment and self-reflection. So we see that you are someone who knows yourself very deeply and you're very self-reflective. However, you often feel timid or have a hard time expressing yourself or your ideas with others. This makes you mysterious to others, but it can also make you feel lonely or isolated. The more you open up and let yourself evolve, the more you will see your great ability to offer others the gift of knowledge and wisdom inside yourself. You are on a journey of always going a little more outside of your comfort zone in order to make great change in the lives of others and helping them know themselves on a deeper level as well. Now again, there are some exceptions to the rules, so here are those additional pairings. There's the Sun, Wheel of Fortune, and Magician, which is 3 cards in a set instead of 2. The Sun is, of course, the Sun, and represents joy and light. The Wheel of Fortune card is of the planet Jupiter and represents prosperity and abundance. The Magician is of the planet Mercury and represents wisdom. So this is a powerful set of cards indicating you were someone born to shine. You tend to be a perfectionist, but you're also very creative and like to share positive ideas with others. It isn't hard for others to enjoy your company because of these traits, which can actually pave the way for success should you choose to use any of your ideas for business ventures. You have a strong drive, so always remember to rest when you need to, and don't be afraid to acknowledge negative feelings when they come, instead of pushing them down. Learn from your painful experiences instead of ignoring them, and then you're able to use them as part of your journey toward your goals. Next is Judgment and the High Priestess. These are actually my husband's cards. The Judgment card is of Pluto and represents making change and harnessing power. The High Priestess is of the Moon and represents intuition. You're someone who's not afraid of change. In fact, you love the idea of making positive changes in life toward an achievement or bettering yourself. You find power and inspiration in this. You also love to help others in this way and encourage them to take the steps toward achievement in their own lives. You're intuitive of others' desires and you feel the need to help them in that way. Just be sure not to beat yourself up too much. Remember that it takes time to make significant change, and it's good to enjoy the journey, not just wait for the end result. And finally, the last cards, the World and the Empress. The World card is of the planet Saturn and represents ambition and achievement. The Empress is of the planet Venus, which represents love and family. You are someone who is very good at being in the moment and seeing the positive side of things. You have a strong connection with others and highly value your time with loved ones. Your compassion for others is your main drive in your achievements. Perhaps you are a humanitarian or have big goals that are aimed at helping others in life. Just remember to practice self-care when you need it, as you tend to focus more on helping others than recognizing your own needs. So there you have it. Now you know how to calculate your tarot birth cards and even calculate the cards of people you know and love to learn more about them too. I always say it's great to know yourself as deeply as possible in order to better understand and empathize with those around you. It really does help make the world a better place. Plus, it's super fun too. Thank you for watching, guys. If you liked this video, be sure to push the like button so that I know you liked it, and subscribe to this channel and hit the bell so you never miss a future video. If you guys made it this far, comment the secret phrase of the day, which is know thyself. Talk to you later, guys. Bye!